Morning. Gospel tract. Morning.
Thank you. Love your signs.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Are you Christians?
Yes.
Catholic, yeah.
Catholic. Oh, you probably need this then. It talks about loving your neighbor in the midst of a Holocaust here in Kansas. That's Kansas specific there. The pamphlet booklet.
Who are you with?
With the abolitionists here in Kansas.
What's that all about?
That's a good question. That
I just never heard of
well, now you have, and
Yeah.
I'll explain it to you here that you're familiar with the abolitionists of slavery.
Yeah.
Just transition that, move that forward to about 150 plus years. You have the abolitionists of preborn baby murder.
Yeah.
And where we're not, unlike the pro-life movement establishment, we're not seeking the regulation of murder. We're demanding its immediate abolition and criminalization.
Yeah.
And no exceptions, no compromises, and because the Bible condemns showing partiality. And for 50 plus years, we've been showing partiality to babies in the womb through just about every piece of pro-life legislation by allowing exceptions, only protecting certain babies, this group of babies, but these babies over here, it's okay to murder them. But we've put forth an abolition bill here in Kansas, bleeding Kansas, like the last few years, called the Kansas Abortion Act, that would abolish it, period. And what you're probably familiar with the Value Them Both Amendment.
Yeah.
Do you know much about it?
Basics.
Did you read it?
No, I didn't.
Okay, a lot of people didn't, which, I mean, I used to not be a reader myself, so I can understand that, but I encourage you to look it up, and it doesn't take long to read.
Yeah.
It's very short. And I know it's over now, quote unquote over, but it's still kind of fresh in people's minds.
Yeah.
But look it up and read what the first paragraph, the paragraph that would change the Kansas Constitution to say. Read that paragraph.
Okay.
It starts with regulation of abortion. Change the A word, abortion, to murder. Regulation of murder.
Yeah.
And how good does that sound?
Yeah.
That's so good.
And even change it to lesser crimes like regulation of bank robbery,
Yeah.
regulation of grand theft auto. Doesn't sound good, right? But when you put the A word that we have used to desensitize
Language
murder,
really matters. Yeah.
exactly, it really
We're on your
does.
team, man.
Yeah.
And so that,
Good work.
and the end of that paragraph that it would change it to say that change the Constitution, it would insert this paragraph in there. The end of it has exceptions for rape, incest, life of the mother.
Yeah.
So it was.
I do know that. I do remember that. Yeah.
And that's, and thankfully there were many who were saying through it that, like, this is wicked, this is pro-murder, not pro-life, not pro-Bible, and so that was, and so I'm thankful that got shot down. Hopefully it doesn't resurface.
Right.
And
Something better can come through.
well, it wouldn't take much to be better than that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Not to insult those who voted for it, because some just didn't know.
Yeah.
Some were conflicted, but it's, when we were at the Capitol, we were trying to get the abolition bill forward, but they were too busy trying to put forth the VTB.
Right.
And it's like do away with this. This is pro-baby murder.
Yeah.
This is pro-murder, and let's get a bill that actually that pleases God, that honors God, not destroys life.
Right.
And so so we're seeking the abolition of it, and there's a,
Yeah, we'll have to.
on the
read
back of
this,
that,
Yeah.
there's an organization, Abortion is Murder, AIM, Kansas,
Okay.
and we do a rally at the Capitol, I think every March.
Okay.
So that
Okay. Kind of after the.
You know what the best part
March for Life.
to me about this is like, and we're very Catholic, so of course we love God and Jesus Christ, but you don't even need religion to.
no, we don't.
This isn't even a religious argument. It's like, no, you don't just allow the murder of humans. You
Right.
know, there's, right, you can't. I mean, I guess you could murder, but you go to prison. You know, but
Not if it's a baby in the womb.
not if it's a baby in the womb. Yeah, exactly.
Even though
So-
Kansas law affirms human beings from the moment of fertilization.
Exactly.
Kansas law actually affirms that.
Moment of
Right.
conception.
It's 6732, if you want to look that up, because I've used that with people on the streets who support murder, or like even Kansas law affirms this. But I do want to encourage you. What are your names?
Jacob.
Jacob,
Maggie.
Miss Maggie, I'm Nicholas.
Yeah.
I do want to encourage you too. Do you know that there are murder mills in the city?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know where they
very
are?
good.
Yeah.
There's one other.
It used to be operated by George Tiller over at Kellogg and Oliver, just off Kellogg and Oliver.
I feel like there's one other one because just being in the medical field, I get people bring this up all the time. So there's one other one.
There is one over at Central and Woodlawn.
Yeah.
It's in a business complex.
Yeah.
I drove by all three this morning to see if any of them were open. Didn't really look like anything was going on, so I came here. And the area is what it's called, or area. That opened up in I think early this year, and the problem is that not many people come out to these murder mills. Like mostly it's Catholics, not many Christians.
Praying,
And I noticed that years ago when I started coming out. Like, where are the Christians? I'm thankful the Catholics come out because I told them as a Christian, I'll say that it's embarrassing. How many Catholics are here versus Christians, and I commend them for that. I mean, I'm not like they're not going to get to heaven by doing that, nor will I.
Right.
I went through Jesus Christ, but I've told them, you're faithful out here. The Christians are mowing their lawns or whatever they're doing. But it's
this is an important issue.
but I wish Christians would act like that, and more Catholics could act like that too, honestly.
Amen.
And I consider Jacob and Maggie. Okay, I got her. Okay, to whatever your schedule is, people are busy. To consider coming out there if you haven't. And
we're right here.
And there's not many that come out there in general, and that's why I invite others to come out there.
We need to do our part too.
And if you don't know what to do, there's usually, especially at the Tiller murder mill, the one that Tiller used to operate, called Trust Women, misnamed. There's usually Catholics out there. Not every minute, but there's like if you don't know what to.
It is Trust Women.
Yeah, that's what it's called. I don't like calling it that because it's very misnamed. Trust murderers.
Yeah.
But it's easier to come out when you have others to stand with you, especially if you've never done it before. It's like, what do I do? What do I say? This is intimidating. This is scary, which it is. And because when I came out for the first time many years ago, I was by myself. No direction, no guidance. I just came.
That's hard.
It was, especially for an introvert like me. But I knew I had to go. I knew I had to deny myself, as Jesus said, get over myself. Lay down my life if I had to, and just go, even by myself. But you don't have to do that. It's so I just encourage you to just find time in your schedule to come out. Like maybe
it's a great reminder, and thank you.
We're gonna lose the kids, but we'll keep you in our prayers, man. Keep up the good work
for what you're doing, and we'll definitely look into this. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jacob and Maggie.